Best overall, The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt Complete Edition. With over 150 hours of gameplay, 250 Game of the Year awards, and a beautifully put together massive open world with endless adventures, The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt Complete Edition is the best PC game overall. It includes every expansion pack release and 16 DLC sets for expanded adventuring. The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt is an open-world, action-adventure RPG-style game where players go on a search for their missing daughter as they battle through enemies, interact with other characters, and complete main story and side quests in order to collect gold and experience points. Players walk, run, roll, dodge, jump, climb and swim their way in acquiring multiple weapons such as bombs, crossbows and swords in order to combat against both humans and monsters. There are 36 possible endings in The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, so players have to be thoughtful in how their actions, whether good-natured or evil, affect the in-game world and its inhabitants. Best for children, Planet Coaster. So long are the years of Roller Coaster Tycoon, but to our blessings, Planet Coaster comes in to reignite the genre that'll make you want to play it after your kids are done. Planet Coaster brings a modern-day coaster park simulation game where kids have complete control over their park's landscape, design and piece-by-piece construction of roller coasters with over 1,000 pieces. Have a zany idea for a roller coaster ride? Planet Coaster allows you to build to your heart's desire any type of insane ride with twisted tilts, intense turns and hurling loops that you can enjoy from afar or ride yourself in a first-person mode. Players are able to manage and control their park, with the goal of providing fun and not fear for every visitor who comes in, all of whom have their own thoughts and desires that will give you an idea of their impression on your park. Best for horror fans, The Evil Within 2. From the original producer of Resident Evil comes The Evil Within 2, a third-person perspective survival horror game that tells the grim story of redemption from a psychologically troubled man. Players jump into a dreamlike world induced by a mysterious machine called STEM, where they face off against nightmarish monsters, maniacs and ever-changing environments. The Evil Within 2 has players search desolate buildings, constantly building up fear as they slowly open doors and investigate and search for clues. Players are free to roam around to complete side objectives and look for scarce resources, giving the game a sense of urgency to ration weapons and utility. The game also has an upgrade system that can improve the player's skills such as athleticism, stealth and recovery. Best with sandbox-style gameplay, Grand Theft Auto V. Grand Theft Auto V features one of the most dynamic and diverse largest open-world environments ever created in a video game. Players assume the role of 3 different LED characters that all play an integral part of the game's interwoven story. Environmental graphics are detailed down to the texture. There are hundreds of realistic vehicles and radio stations play actual music. Don't care for stories much? Grand Theft Auto is notorious for its just have fun gameplay, many side missions and exploration. Players can jump in and out of a scenario instantaneously. Want to steal a Ferrari? Go for it. Scour the coastline in your own private plane? You can. Are you in the mood to rob a bank? No problem. Heck, you can even explore wildlife, fly your own blimp and partake in stock car races without ever raising a fist or firing a bullet. Best multiplayer RPG, Tom Clancy's The Division. Tom Clancy's The Division is an online-only, open-world, action role-playing game shown in a third-person perspective that utilizes tactical shooter elements. Players dive to take cover as they explore an abandoned Manhattan turned into a war zone, completing objectives with other online players, and leveling and customizing their character weapons and gear to best fit their playstyle. Tom Clancy's The Division starts you off by completing various objectives that walk the player through intuitive learning gameplay mechanics. You'll sneak up on enemies, ambush them, and secure areas as you locate and collect new customizable items and experience points. The game also offers the Dark Zone, a player versus player competitive mode that includes higher level weapons, more intense firefights and the ability to defect as a rogue agent against allies. Best Classic or Launch: Doom. Doom is often credited as the game that brought forth the popularity of first-person shooters. The original 1993 classic is remade 23 years later with updated graphics, animations, and realistic cinematic effects. Players can enjoy a thorough and fast-paced single-player mode, online multiplayer, and even a level creator. Doom has you take the role of a space marine on Mars who is overrun by monsters and demons straight out of hell. Though not necessarily scary or challenging, the game is more of a casual shooter experience without the expectation of intense objective-based gameplay. Doom is really just about blowing things up, killing satanic beings, and having fun. Best with a unique FPS twist: Prey. What makes Prey so unique is you don't just run and gun your way through victory, but it's the type of game where you transform into a coffee cup to evade a surveilling bloodthirsty alien prowling the room. The first-person shooter game is set in space and combines role-playing and stealth elements in an open-world environment. Prey takes place in alternative timeline where President John F. Kennedy survives assassination and expands the space program that propels the player to the year 2032, where space stations are the norm. While you undergo an experiment meant to change humanity forever, something goes awry and your facility gets bombarded by hostile inky blob-like aliens. Prey's strong driving narrative works in tangent with the player's choices, as they utilize unconventional weaponry like a glue-like cannon and upgrade their powers and unique skills to overcome numerous obstacles and heart-pounding threats. Best for intense survival: PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds has taken PC gamers by storm for its fast-paced and addictive gameplay. The online multiplayer action shooter pits 90-plus players against one another on a huge map that gets regressively smaller. Similar to Battle Royale or the Hunger Games, players must fight to survive, with the winner being the last one standing. Players start off with nothing but their own clothes, parachuting out of an airplane and landing on a huge island filled with houses, military depots, vehicles, armor, and weapons. Players are urged to rush and loot as much equipment as possible while outrunning a restrictive killing field that constricts the map areas in a tightly neat circle of death and probability. Best Space RPG: Mass Effect Andromeda. Navigate through a dangerous galaxy in Mass Effect Andromeda, where you'll form lasting relationships with aliens, visit planets, destroy the environment, and deploy out-of-this-world technology and weapons. Players will get to make their own character and define them by how they look and speak while making impactful choices through answer-based dialogue and decision-making. Mass Effect Andromeda is never short on action, giving players an over-the-shoulder third-person perspective view as they gun down hostile killer robots and enemy aliens. The story-driven game unravels as you pioneer through new planets while you and your team work together not only through intense combat, but social dynamics and politics. RPG fans who want a thoroughly customizable game with an impactful narrative should look no further than what Mass Effect Andromeda has to offer. Best Spy Game: Dishonored 2. Dishonored 2 is a first-person action-adventure stealth game that has you sneaking up on people by adapting to the environment around you. The game has won numerous accolades from Game Critics Awards and other institutions as Best PC Game and Game of the Show for its characters and gameplay design. Dishonored 2 throws players into the fray of stealth-based missions and gorgeous environments that take place in a rustic city of southern Europe. Walkthroughs show players various takedown methods, sneak approaches, and combat training with crossbows, swords, and numerous other weapons that can be leveled up. Its compelling story and fun gameplay make it one of the best games to pick up on the PC.